Welcome, everyone, to the Apoco-Larry podcast. I'm Steve, and he is...
The doctor.
The doctor is in.
The doctor is in. Yeah.
Yes, he's taking new patients, everyone.
Or developing new patients.
Yeah, developing new patients. My friend, it is good. We have not done this in quite some time, it feels like.
Well, it's been a month, eh?
At least. It feels like longer.
Yeah. But it's been a good month. We had a month off.
Yep.
I worked every day, hard. Putting roofs on the cabin, doing
roofs,
hay,
cutting trees,
cutting down trees, bringing them to the dump. Yeah, it was a big month. Big month in Manitoba.
It's just a lovely time in Manitoba.
There's a thing you can buy. When I was up in the north, people used it. It's just, I can't remember who makes it, but it's just it's a thing you put in a butane cylinder and you put a thing on the top and it just heats it up. Absolutely keeps the mosquitoes away.
Oh.
Yeah, Lynn and Lauren, I did it down at the cabin because our mosquitoes were terrible this year, as they are around Edmonton.
Yep.
And Lauren said, I thought, I don't know if it's working. I've noticed a couple of mosquitoes. She said, then it went out. And we were swarmed with mosquitoes. And I thought, oh, yes, I'm getting one of these for home as well.
Yes.
But a tremendous little tool. So, yeah.
Okay, well, hey, come back next week, and we'll actually tell you what it is.
If we remember, we'll tell you.
Yeah. So. And if that company is listening, we will take sponsorships, by the way. We are not too ashamed to take other people's money. My friend, when we left us last time, a month ago, we read the first 9 verses of 2 Samuel 19.
That's right. So go ahead.
I was going to say, now we're going to do the rest of the chapter. So
we'll finish the chapter now, because Joab and his men killed Absalom in the last chapter. And in the first nine verses here, the first 8 verses, David went home, or didn't go home, but he went to where he was staying and just heavily mourned his son's death. Oh, Absalom, Absalom, my son. And Joab says, you got to get over this, man. Your whole army has just risked all of their lives to defeat this serious enemy of yours. And here you are sucking around, crying over this kid that was out to kill you.
Yeah.
And so David sort of accepted what Joab said, and he's come back around for the sake of his people.
Yeah.
But he's not happy with Joab at all. But now they're going to talk about Israel coming back. And if you want a passage on the the results of nepotism, David's life is all about nepotism. And I'm all for nepotism as long as I'm the recipient of it, which has never worked out for me. So
yes. Okay, verse 9. Throughout the tribes of Israel, all the people were arguing among themselves, saying, "The king delivered us from the hand of our enemies. He is the one who rescued us from the hand of the Philistines. But now he has fled the country to escape from Absalom. And Absalom, who we anointed to rule over us, has died in battle. So why do you say nothing about bringing the king back?"
Yeah. So remember, David he had 2 tribes. Now, later on in the divided kingdoms, the 2 tribes will be Judah and Benjamin, but right now it's Judah and Simeon. And everybody else, it looks like, has kind of sided with Absalom. And now he's died and everybody's gone home. And they've said, David actually wasn't that bad a king. Yeah. How do we pull this thing around again, is what they're saying.
I get you.
Yeah.
Okay, verse 11. King David sent this message to Zadok and Abiathar. I don't know. I'm calling him Abiathar. I'm calling him whatever today. The priest asked the elders of Judah, "Why should you be the last to bring the king back to his palace, since what is being said throughout Israel has reached the king at his quarters? You are my relatives, my own flesh and blood. Why should you be the last to bring back the king? Say to Amasa, are you not my own flesh and blood? May God deal with me, be it ever so severely, if you are not the commander of my army for life in the place of Joab."
So there you are. So now
Ooh.
he's now David's talking to Judah, and he's saying to Judah, like, everybody's kind of gone home, and he's saying, like, can I come back? You're my tribe.
Mhm.
I am from Judah. And Amasa actually kind of went against David. And now David has forgiven him and is going to put him in place of Joab. Now remember, Joab's his cousin. and Amasa is his nephew, is one of his nephews. Well, they say he's his nephew, a cousin to Joab. So Joab is actually the son of his cousin, right? Somehow they're all related. all these guys. It's like working in a Mennonite school.
Yeah, right. Like you said, you've got cousin, nephew. Could we have any more entanglement? Yes, we could. I'm sure we could find some, but this is
there'll
the
be
best
some further on in the same
Yeah.
chapter. So yeah.
Okay, verse 14. He won over the hearts of the men of Judah so that they were all of one mind. They sent word to the king, return, you and all your men. And then the king returned and went as far as the Jordan. Now the men of Judah came to Gilgal to go out to meet the king and bring him across the Jordan. Shimei, close, son of Gera, the Benjamite from Barum, hurried down with the men of Judah to meet King David. With him were 1,000 Benjamites, along with Ziba, the steward of Saul's household, and his 15 sons and 20 servants. They rushed to the Jordan where the king was. They crossed at the ford to take the king's household over and do whatever he wished.
Okay, so now he's come to the Jordan, and Shimei, son of Gera, he's the guy when David was leaving, and he mocked him the whole way and threw stones at him.
Oh, that's the guy on the other ridge.
Yeah, same guy. And we said, well, he was crazy, but somehow he's come to his senses here, and David's a king again, and now he's going. He's going to say in the next verse, like, could we let this thing go that's throwing the rocks at you? Maybe it was a bad idea. And then Ziba, he's the steward of like, he was helping Mephibosheth and them.
Yeah, right.
So he was the steward in Saul's house, who then started helping David when David came in. And so that's who these two guys are. And they've come to bring David back now.
Yeah. Okay. When Shimei, how'd you say it?
Shimei,
son of Gera. You say Shimei, I say Shema. Sorry.
Remember, in Hebrews, there are no vowels, so
I could not help myself there. Son of Gera crossed the Jordan, and he fell prostrate. Oh no, that's not. Oh, I've got that problem. Never mind. Anyway, before the king, and said to him, "May my lord not hold me guilty. Do not remember how your servant did wrong on the day my lord the king left Jerusalem. May the king put it out of his mind. For I, your servant, know that I have sinned. But today I have come here first from the tribes of Joseph to come down and meet the Lord my king."
Yeah, so from the tribes of Joseph. So you're talking about Manasseh and Ephraim.
Yeah.
And so now he's come back and said, "Okay, please forgive me."
Yeah.
And David does, which is amazing.
Yes, verse 21. Then Abishai said to Zeruiah, or son of Zeruiah.
Abishai, but in again. Now Abishai, the son of Zeruiah. Zeruiah was David's sister. So this is David's nephew.
I'll take nepotism for 300 now. Abishai, son of Zeruiah, said, "Shouldn't Shimei be put to death for this? He cursed the Lord's anointed." I was about to say united. I don't think where that came from, but anointed.
That's from your soccer.
Yeah, that's right. David replied, "What does this have to do with you, you sons of Zeruiah? What right do you have to interfere? Should anyone be put to death in Israel today? Don't I know that today I am king over Israel?" So the king said to Shimei, "You shall not die." And the king promised him on oath.
Yeah. So he's doing the very kingly thing, and this is pardon for everybody. Don't empty the prisons or anything, but but I'm going to let this whole war thing go, because he's got to, if he wants to bring all of Israel back together.
Right.
He can't be trite at this point. He can't be peevish. He's got to be king, or he's not going to maintain.
An interesting point to think of is that 2 generations later, that son, that king doesn't get the same message, doesn't get the same lesson.
No, that's right. Are you talking about Rehoboam?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're completely right.
Interesting. Eh? Oh, cool. Okay.
But if you look at it again, in the midst of all of God's blessing and all that God's doing, it's such a normal kingly life. Like his life is like you wouldn't even see God in any of this unless you were looking for him.
right.
No.
Right. Good point. Good point, my friend. Mephibosheth, Saul's grandson, also went down to meet the king. He had not taken care of his feet or trimmed his mustache or washed his clothes from the day the king left until he returned safely. Wow, he must have been a sight.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He stunk badly.
Yeah. When he came from Jerusalem to meet the king asked him, "Why don't you go with me, Mephibosheth?" And he said, "My lord the king, since I am your servant, am lame." I said, "I will have my donkey saddled and I will ride on it, so I can go with the king." But, but Ziba, my servant, betrayed me, and he slandered your servant to my lord the king. My lord the king is like an angel of God, so do whatever you wish. All my grandfather's descendants deserve nothing but death from the Lord, from my lord the king, but you gave your servant a place among those who eat at your table. So what right do I have to make any more appeals to the king?
Yeah. So Ziba kind of threw him under the bus a little bit, and he's also, you don't know, he might have hung back. You know, what if Absalom does win this thing? I mean,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know, he's and now he's come back and he's playing the lame card. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It's interesting to watch all of these guys jockeying for position
Right.
with David coming back and taking back his throne. He never really lost it, but
Yeah,
there was a fight against it, and he's come back to power, and everybody's trying to get everything they can out of the king coming back,
yeah,
which is really interesting to me. And then Ziba, I like what he does with Ziba and Mephibosheth,
yeah.
because Ziba is the steward, right?
Yes.
And so he should be actually serving Mephibosheth, I think.
Yeah. The king said to him, "Why say more? I order you and Ziba to divide the land." Mephibosheth said to the king, "Let him take everything, now that my lord the king has returned home safely."
Yeah, and he doesn't believe that for a second.
No.
Like, let him take everything, but
Thoughts.
there's no way he's given up half.
Yeah.
So
But
it's a very hilarious kind of thing.
oh my gosh, isn't it? Barzillai, something like that. The Gilite
The
also
Gileadite,
came.
yeah,
Gileadite also came down from Rogelim to cross the Jordan with the king and send him on his way from there. Now, Barzillai, or whatever it was, sorry, was very old, 80 years of age. He had provided.
think of Godzilla and put bar in front.
Oh, Godzilla, Barzilla. Never mind. Anyway, never mind. Folks, it's been a while. We're out of practice. Um, he has provided for the king during his stay in Malham, or whatever that word is, and he was a very wealthy man. The king said to Bigai, "Cross over with me and stay with me in Jerusalem, and I will provide for you." But Bigai answered the king, "How many more years will I live that I should go up to Jerusalem with the king?" Like everyone is being deferential to David, right? Sorry, I
Oh
got to
yeah.
interject.
Now this guy was pretty good though, because when David was leaving, he was the guy who provided him food
Yeah.
and beds and things like that.
Oh, nice. Okay. Okay. Verse 35. I am now 80 years old. Can I tell the difference between what is enjoyable and what is not? Can your servant taste what he eats and drinks? Oh, that's a fantastic way to describe old age now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, my taste buds are gone.
Wow, we're there. I can still hear the voices of male, and I still hear the voices of male and female singers. Why should your servant be an added burden to my lord the king? Your servant will cross over the Jordan with the king for a short distance. But why should the king reward me in this way? Let your servant return, that I may die in my own town, near the tomb of my father and mother. Here's your servant, Kimham. Let him cross over with my lord the king. Do for him whatever you wish.
Yeah. So he was going to do all this stuff for this guy who helped him when he was exiled there. But as far the scholars aren't sure, but they figure Kimham is probably his son.
Ah,
So he's going to do all that. He said, like, do it for my son. and he does.
That's
The king
nice.
does. Yeah,
That's nice.
that's good. That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that guy. The king said, Kimham shall cross over with me, and I will do for him whatever you wish. And anything you desire from me, I will do for you. So all the people crossed the Jordan, and then the king crossed over. The king kissed Begai and bid him farewell, and Begai returned to his home. So when the king crossed over to Gilgal, Kimham crossed with him, and all the troops of Judah and half the troops of Israel had taken the king over. Soon all the men of Israel were coming to the king, saying to him, Why did our brothers, the men of Judah, steal the king away and bring him and his household across the Jordan together with his men? Then all the men of Judah answered the men of Israel, We did this because the king is closely related to us. Why are you angry about it? Have we eaten any of the king's provisions? Have we taken anything for ourselves?
Yeah.
Then the men of Israel answered the men of Judah, We have 10 shares in the king, so we have a greater claim on David than you have. Why then do you treat us with contempt? Weren't we the first to speak of bringing back our king? But the men of Judah pressed their claims even more forcefully than the men of Israel.
Yeah. So Israel's saying, like, there's 10 tribes here. So, like, we deserve more. There's 10 of us, right?
Yeah.
But they were also the 10 that went against him, that followed Absalom. So, but everybody's trying to get something from him on the way back.
Yeah. Either try to curry favor or to, and maybe this is their way of currying favor. Like, hey, why'd you call us? We would have brought David back. We would have shown our deference to him.
Oh, yeah. And you get this all the way through. Remember in Judges, they had the same thing, with Gideon. Well, how come Gideon didn't, you should have given us a chance to help you. Yeah. Well, you could have come and helped, but you were busy, helping Absalom, if you'll recall.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if you had time to take down the Team Absalom banner that you'd hung.
Yeah. The only honest guy in the bunch was Shimei, who said, "Yeah, I'm sorry for throwing the rock. But, if you could find it in your heart to forgive me, I'd really appreciate that."
Yeah. I was hoping to keep my head today if that was possible.
and he restored a couple of guys that were totally opposed to him.
Yeah.
And so very, very wise political savvy on David's part.
Yeah. Smart guy.
Yeah, and he pulls everything back together. But the family relationships in this will make your head spin, I think.
Yeah. Well, just another chapter of David's life, right? It's never really clean, but his heart is usually in the right place.
Yes. Yeah. And again, we don't know if the sin with Bathsheba was what brought a lot of this stuff on, or if this was the way his life was going to be one way or another. You don't really know that.
Yeah.
Well, although they did say, the sword will be against you after the Bathsheba thing. So yeah. But God still loves him.
Yeah.
And he's still king. He's gonna be king all the way through.
Yep. Okay. Well, thank you for that, my friend. Folks, hope you enjoyed that. What a great story in terms of that, like Larry said, messy. God still loves him. God cares for David and uses him for his entire life, right to the very end. Folks, we are glad to be among you again. We're looking forward to doing this I think we've kind of got an uninterrupted stretch for several months before we'll take a little break again. But anyway, thanks so much for joining us. Until next time, I was Steve, he was Larry, and this was the Apoco-Larry Podcast.